Then go there for go serve. When they go, they boycott, they undermine the principles and the spirit behind the national pledge. The national pledge, Lord, take the first line. I pledge my love and loyalty to my country, Sierra Leone.
So this not show loyalty?
It not show loyalty to Sierra Leone. It show loyalty to a political party. So they undermine this very spirit behind the national pledge. Then you oath what they get as a party, as individuals to the country.
Yeah, again to you think other way be there for let the APC carry out than demand. I mean, President Bio for remove for withdrawing appointment of Edmund Sylvester Alpha as ECSL commissioner, for making them pull Edmund Alpha apart from actually boycotting. Is it the other avenue?
The other way should not can contest and go to court. And now
the APC has been continuously saying that they are not believing. There
have been there truth media where they talk that they may present facts, information, audios, and everything to the moral guarantors. You have those things against Edmund Alpha, take it to the court. The court gets responsibility for take action.
But if the APC don't even take the elections, 2020 elections to court, how do we take this latest Edmund Alpha issue to court?
That's the only thing we think say you exercise your rights and when illegitimate, where you prove to the people say you they follow the rule of law and you're not a responsible party, you're not a responsible citizen.
This action shows a APC is a responsible party.
If
the boycott, you think say it show for say it's a responsible political party?
Well, the boycott to me, I know they classify as maybe not a responsible party, but the boycott really was not necessary.
What did it tell you? If you're not a responsible or not responsible or not a responsible, what do you think say this boycott tell you as of the APC?
I mean, the boycott to me it don't be relevant. It don't necessarily mean say because they act in a way we're not relevant to society means they are not responsible.
On the other issue, Mr. Bani, you think the boycott benefits the country democracy in any way?
It not benefit the country in the democracy. In fact, look I don't know, I think I've been in this medium or whichever area we'll discuss the issue again, where the SLPP, no civil society, they go right to the Speaker of Parliament, they complain about new what they set up, they move a motion for establish a committee for investigating you. Where, to me, yes, it good because Parliament gets an oversight responsibility. But if you look at the atmosphere, if you look at the issues that we don't deal with new and the current government, it not be reasonable enough for make even Parliament, the SLPP-led parliament, for move a motion for even say they intend for set up a committee for investigate. And you see, APC not been decided, and thank God for Mohamed Bangura will be raised a concern, a legitimate concern on that issue there. So if APC been there, you then for present a situation where they really show say no, now on fear targeting, now on a fear way when they use for silence civic space. But they're not be there and they give space to the ruling party for do what you want for do.
Well, Mr. Bani, do stay. Let me just talk to CD Yaya Tunis, Publicity Secretary for the main opposition APC. Mr. Tunis, good morning. Welcome to the Epic Morning Show.
Good morning. Thank you very much for getting me on.
Mr. Tunis, the big question waiting at the lips of many this morning, nearly 2 months of boycotts, how this don't benefit. Let's start off, before we go to the party itself, how the boycotts don't benefit Salon and the democracy?
Well, thank you very much. In the first place, I will not forget say, post-2023, the APC been decisive will not participate in our governance. Because we been need for let this country and the international world turn their attention to the fact say we see democracy they erode now in country. And waiting can we go back now the fact say we all sit down together, we and government in the interest of the people of this country say will they push forward reforms them will bring credibility and integrity into the electoral process. whether that lead we to Bintumani, we bring the agreement for national unity, and then later the tripartite committee will give you recommendations. Then they bring this country together, government and opposition, for Lewis Sidon, and look, having the people at the back of our minds for look and sit down and bring things then, reforms then we go really push this country election business and other things then we go keep we together at the core in the interest of the people of Salone. We don't reach a point where we clearly don't see government on the move away from that. And we not been feel say that they go born good picking and then they go Hamburg with election business. So we decide against say for take steps. We go force government for sit down again, for bring them back to what we all agree on. That is one.
And that step do you think still at the boycott?
Oh yes, of course, because we do everything. The countless times we will go sit down, now on a station, for example, where we tell government, say, we don't be slow for implement the recommendations that we all agree on. And what be disturbing are the facts say we as an opposition know say we begin plenty things that we left. We will not touch it. And we move closer and closer towards the electoral process. But then we get people in government will be the kind of talk say they don't implement 80%, 100% of the recommendations. And when I don't count now, with the arrival of the moral guarantors and with the statements with the vice president herself make, when I don't count now say we were right. Would they far away from implementing their recommendations and even the agreement for national unity, where they claim say we don't implement 100%, it turned out not to be true. Government not be they talk to we again.
Now, how much percent than they stand right now from the APC side?
The agreement for national unity now be 8 resolutions that be there inside it. Now only 5 will don't implement 100%. 3 key ones then we're still ongoing. We get plenty outstanding things then they for do. In the recommendations then, the 80 plus recommendations then, whether are the tripartite recommendations, the key ones then, we get for do with electoral legislations and constitutional amendments, we get for do it with elections process. We not be done complete one age. We, they one and the key for make sure say the reforms the way they for happen for bring integrity to election process. We look forward to them. Look, we're in a situation at this country where you go agree with me say we don't lost hope in so many of our institutions then. The people of this country, fuel prices they go up daily, food prices they go up daily, people that they complain about with justice system, that they get fair and quicker justice system. People they complain about our education system, our health system. The people of this country only get one power now, where they know say that their strength that one day. Then when time reach, then go vote for other than they want. We don't want them to reach the situation where they go yonder back, then go lost hope, then go lost confidence to a point that election go reach. They go say, oh no, we'll not vote because we know say we vote safe, we'll not go get what we vote for. We don't want that one.
Okay.
That make we push the reforms there. And this boycott, this particular one, this time, it bring government back at the table, it bring the international moral guarantors back, and we sit down again, not only that, we don't again bring forward certain things that we need for implement immediately, but also we give timeline where we all don't say yes against this timeline. They then key things there so where go lead to meaningful reforms them we need for address them now.
Okay.
So
Mr.
it is of
Tunis,
immense benefits.
Mr. Tunis, the APC no go on a boycott, say for for establish that electoral committee in parliament. The APC did not boycott for that reason. And the main reason for the APC, now for the removal of Edmond Sylvester Alpha as Chief Electoral Commissioner. Edmond Alpha is still the ECSL Commissioner, and according to government, now gets for run the 2028 election. So the key demand for make the boycott actually happen is the removal of Edmond Sylvester Alpha, and he is still there. How waiting success, how will people define success as a political party in this current spectrum?
Well, if we read the press statements we put out during the boycott, yes, we single out Edmond Alpha's appointment because Dande now broke the camel's back, like how the bookman can say. But all of them things they also they talk about speak to that. You know, the electoral reform, the structural reform of the ECSL, been there at the core. What make with our way government appoint Edmond, and because government move away from one singular recommendation we get for do with the restructuring of the ECSL and how commissioners now ECSL will be appointed when our recommendation 36. Now we don't come back to recommendation 36. In fact, if you read our clause 7 of this last 8 we'll go agree on, Nadande give the deadline of December 31. So what we are saying, as we always done the see, that recommendation they allow we for set up the search and nominating committee when are they going to be responsible for that day. When the search and nominating committee don't be established, then go now, move forward for, design in terms of reference and how they get for go about for the nomination process. So we know they pay attention to which person they say now this person get for conduct election, and then they conduct election. We want let the committee where we all agree say could be established happen. And that make we push for let that particular part day of the recommendation therefore lead to a constitutional amendment with the bill already in our parliament. So once that one they go through, that committee they establish, then we go see what happens next. So for now, we are happy that we are able to bring back that in day, and we all agree say as against December 31st, if we don't pass through that day.
And that is the success of the boycott.
That's one key one. That is not the only one. It is one key one. If you remember again, 2027, the whole idea is we want the entirety of the recommendations of the tripartite committee implemented, because we know say that will go a long way for bring meaningful reforms then, including the restructuring of the ECSL. Total restructuring of the ECSL, the electoral bodies, even the security sector, how they go involve our elections business, how political parties go use the census data. We be done they complain about the steering committee, the lack of inclusivity of the steering committee. Now this boycott don't make government don't accept for expand the steering committee for include more representatives them, not only from the APC, but from other political parties as well, and also more civil society members then for be represented in that steering committee. In addition to that one, the constitutional amendments they go on, we be done they say we want for be involved. Government not be the give you chance. Now government don't accept say we got APC and government for set up team of lawyers. We go look at all of the issues we get for do with legislation and constitutional amendment from the recommendations. Then they again a key major success. Census, we all know how census be Hamburg leading to the 2023 elections. Everything was done in secrecy. Now we all agree say we get access to census data for like guide we as to how we self they do with your electoral planning. The political parties and go do the electoral plannings. So these are all major successes where we get, if we not be sit down, we're not for be get all of them things and the documents and they will be done they ask for. Like for example, ECSL through the public sector reform unit don't do a whole functional review, we then get that report day. We will not be ever get access to that report day.
Okay.
This boycott and this new dialogue make we get access to that report day. We self go now read and see if most of the things that we'll be talk about, they address them. So these are all major successes.
Except for the removal of Edmond Sylvester Alpha. Mr. Tunis, we don't get senior members of the APC.
There is a process for restructuring. There is a process for let things that happen.
Mr. Tunis
will happen in recommendation 36, and that is going to be implemented.
Yeah, Mr. Tunis, how the APC interprets one resolution from international guarantors, then we call for the restructuring of the ECSL by the 31st of December. Is it that Edmond Alpha will be removed before the 31st of December?
What you mean? Meanwhile, we focus on at this stage. Now, for let we establish the search and nominating committee. When you look at the work of the search and nominating committee, a very clear within their functions get for be. That committee they then work. Now for say we from all these brouhaha, say president for consult, president for this, then you work, and then get for responsible for advertise. When I don't advertise, now then go, shortlist, then go vet, then go do interviews. When they don't do interviews, then they recommend 3 people into president for appointment.
Okay.
Now that one day, now ain't go happen. So that is why, for now we, clear off all these constitutional, provisions with people they quote here and there. We as a law-abiding party, we don't say let the search and nominating committee process go through as it has started. Waiting be the happen that we see a complete delay, and we also see refusal for let them process then they happen. And that is what triggered us to take the actions we will take, and we're glad that we don't come back to that process. Once that one they go through, waiting will happen at ECSL next will be determined by them people and the
Mr.
Tunis also.
Mr. Tunis, for me and the many thousands them we listen the morning show today, we not get clearly from you. Is it that Edmond Alpha will be removed by the 31st of December or not?
My friend, I don't repeatedly say this. That they will be determined after we don't get the search and nominating committee.
You are still calling for the removal of Edmond Alpha?
When they don't, we are calling for the total restructuring of the ECSL, including how commissioners and that commission they will be appointed. It is not only just there. When you read recommendation 36, it is the same process for the appointment of commissioners and the PPRC as well. So, waiting will make this country elections business, get integrity, get credibility, and the people go continue to get confidence. And we go move away from this fact, say, anytime we get election where they announce results, the one we lose, not they accept the results. We want to move away from that. That is why we are pushing for these reforms. And it is not only limited to one person. We want a reform process where, go really make sure, say, we all committed. The people of this go get confidence and absolute trust in the election business. Like how they see it happen in most advanced countries. Election will happen. No self-say election they go on. Somebody go grab, it go serve for a vote, it go about in business. Pass na net now, almost sit down before TV, the results, the projections that begin come out. Those are the kind of systems we want for put in place now this country. And around the recommendations then they put forward to me.
Okay. Mr. Tunis, you mentioned, say, out of the 8 resolutions of the unity agreement, only 5 have been implemented and 3 still they on the way. With the assurance when I get from government for, say, these 8 resolutions them from moral guarantors them could be implemented as soon as possible. And this will call for the reform of ECSL will be implemented before the 31st of December. And if that's not happen, whose measure the APC willing for take? Boycott too?
Well, I don't go, be pessimistic at this moment, because the manner in which we do the engagements, they are intense and it's different, and the commitment level we'll see from with moral guarantors then quite different from before. And as I speak, so we get tracker who already don't develop and share as to how we go about. So we very hopeful, we're optimistic, say we're not going to get to that point again. Right. But other actions could be taken. So let us, as Sierra Leoneans, be optimistic for the way, and let we see, give yourself time for really sit down and see, say we implement then 8 points they also don't put forward.
Okay, Mr. Tunis, so quickly before we allow you to go, one last question. How in entirety this boycott for nearly 2 months of APC elected officials benefits the democracy of Salone?
Well, I mean, we don't go back to making sure that we strengthen institutions the way they uphold democracy. We don't go back to making sure that we push reforms them. We go bring credibility and trust to the electoral process. Once that one day happen, say, Usai, the processes and they work fine, the structures and they work fine, we will get fair electoral process. 2023, a lot of things go wrong. Even the security sector, there was no trust between political party, especially the main opposition party, and the security sector. To a point, we flag bearer aspirant come under attack severally from the forces, including the shooting at the party office we kill Damami. Now with this Sidon, so we don't say we have to have a layer outside political parties, then they get regular briefing from the security sector as to how then they engage with election time they reach, waiting at them planning, waiting at the interventions, waiting expected of we as political parties, waiting expected of them as security sector, and how far they will go with the interventions when it comes to elections business. Those are the kind of discussions that we don't get, where they make sure, say, with electoral process and with democracy strengthened in this country. And they all go increase confidence and trust from the people of this country. And so these are the immense benefits where we sit down, where we boycott. All of these things not be happening before, they not be happening before. The level of arrogance will be done they see on the part of government, some government officials, then statements, then we then be they make, not be they all go well for the peace and quiet of Salone. So that action they will take, don't reverse most of the things that will be they go wrong. We don't make back, we don't focus, we don't set ourselves on the track back on the path, we straight enough for make sure say we save the democracy in this country.
Okay, in name now CD Yaya Tunis, National Publicity Secretary for the main opposition APC. Make a come back to you, Mr. Bani. You know you from the APC, and then things say this is not a major success for them as a political party. And whatever now do you think say initially the initial reason for make them go into this boycott, it's irrelevant, relevant enough for enforce a total boycott of the main opposition political party, the APC. But what do you make of all what you don't say? Was there anything we think say it was not the case?
Yeah, and certain thing we mentioned about them boycott to make they make recommendation for the committee in the how you call them, then for include civil society, then for make lawyers and whatsoever this and that. I think that's not the case, and not as a result of them boycott. And I think law get this thing into context. When they formed that tripartite committee, there were follow-up actions by the moral guarantors as to when, how, timing, they therefore come back for engage, see the implementation of this process. And this can one now ongoing efforts with already on this since the time when they go into this agreement. The only thing we can change when the moral guarantors then come, they may left out a sector within that the so-called, me they call it the so-called the tripartite committee.
Why you call it so-called?
Because to me, I still maintain my position. There was no reason for APC and SLPP for go sit down for talk about electoral systems and processes in this country, leaving out other political parties, including civil society institutions. So that make I call it the so-called tripartite.
So make you also take the right to say it was a gentleman's agreement?
Yeah, so yeah, they can. Because
you think it's a gentleman's agreement?
Yes. Now make I want to put it into context. Now listen, when the moral guarantors then come, they meet with we. They meet with political parties, they meet with the two major men there, they meet with other stakeholders. They meet with we specifically on civil society. Then they ask we, what is the status of the implementation of this tripartite committee? And most of who will be there and that, what he said, will make them very clear to them that the caution, in fact, was unfortunate. Because you can ask me for can give you information on how they implement the tripartite committee, who are not been there at the table for discourse, and how they reach out, they reach even to them till then day. But by and large, the discussions been so good, while we discuss with them, we look at the gaps will be done there at the time, the inception of the so-called tripartite committee, and we make very clear to them that going forward, any other thing where they want to continue in terms of bringing peace in this country, the other political parties will be considered in any discussion in terms of electoral processes and systems, reforms, civil society for be involved, and I think the moral guarantors then take and then see the reason, because some of these
they involve now this latest one.
Well, we'll discuss with them. We'll present your recommendation to them.
So what do you recommend?
You hear me? But now I try to tell you so about the inclusion of civil society, the inclusion of expanding this issue of this participation in terms of electoral systems and processes for include other political parties, because it's not only APC and SLPP. And we make it very clear. The May 8th, we really bring down the issue of democracy in this country. We make them a whole for the Sanko. APC, SLPP not be tinap day. This man they talk so CDR Tunis was not on the streets. In other day, now civil society they be dead on the streets. Now we risk with life. So if anything what they want to do in this country in terms of peace and stability, the absence of civil society, it not they change anything. It creates more impact when we're inside. But when they pull way out, there is no change. Now that make you see then two political parties hold this country to ransom. When you even talk about the peace accord, the Abidjan peace accord, civil society was represented. Now Petito will be the CCS, and I mean they represent civil society in the Lome peace agreement. Now you can make tripartite committee systems and processes where civil society they also monitor the process. They left civil society there out. That was unfortunate. And we make it very clear.
But perhaps
we make it very clear to the moral guarantors that democracy in this country, it is not for APC and SLP, it's not for political party. The people that will make democracy done in this country, now civil society, now will stake with self. And therefore recognize the role of civil society in this country. Yeah. And make it very clear to them, and they take them in good faith.
But what if it's perhaps one party, let's say the government or the APC, one hit time for say, look at some CSOs as being aligned to one side, and we're not going to speak the view of one side, go mostly like if it supports the APC, you just talk on behalf of the APC and push the agendas of the APC, leaving the SLPP.
Well, Lord take for example, Lord take for argument's sake, say yes, some civil society they align. So if you know that one day, if you are bringing in civil society, take the one from SLPP, take the one from APC, bring them into a discussion. I'm just taking what you say.
Are you aligned?
No, I just try for bring and what you say. But so if you want to become more genuine and more open, their civil society will not align themselves with either of the political parties.
People like you.
Yeah. There are people apart from there are other people where they will not even align. But so you identify those people. But the issue again in this country, the more you become critical, So either now the government who they so in power now, we become more critical, they say they're the opposition. Just be critical, accept criticism, because then they only criticize you for make you go make a change. They didn't criticize you for downgrade you, but they critique you for make a change and move forward. Nobody know the way no one see this country better, including me, which don't also. So if I they challenge government, I they challenge that for make we enjoy in this country. Right now, I can't this or I sit down for some time. 9 light come down a reception. And I say, hey, light don't come. This is not the order of the day in this country.
Like we don't get lights for 4 days.
Me not even get an army host. You hearing me? And if we critique government, for me they take action, because we light day. If I will light day, it reduce the pressure, the anxiety, the desperation of people. Now this the politician not even understand.
Okay, Mr. Bani, what do you foresee moving forward? I mean, I ask Mr. Tunis on what if they not get the restructuring of ECSL by the 31st of December. So they don't say even past agreements, them government they drag them feet in ensuring for say them fully implement those resolutions. Them, you think say there are threats for say we'll get another boycott of the APC by the 31st of December?
No, me not go even envisage that, because this. The party will come out for say we are sorry, for say we'll make an apology to the people of this country that they don't really wrong we. They will not say that. And we can understand, but by their utterances you will understand, say yes, they regret the conduct where they do. But let me tell you, the restructuring of ECSL will automatically take place, but there is now leadership. Somebody where they act, they not get authority for do a overhaul restructuring, because you not get the authority, you not get the mandate. Now we don't get somebody who constitute the mandate. You hear me? So whatever thing they do now, that committee when they say they settle, they do an consultation with the staff now the ECSL, because they look at systems and processes of the electoral commission, how they conduct elections in this country. So they do in tandem with this committee and put the systems and processes where they make sure say even the least political party, when they lost, they really appreciate, say, yes, indeed, I lost election, but I trust the system and I trust the process. I think that we look forward. And now that I think, say, anybody get for concentrate, well, not only APC and SLPP.
But what do you make of APC then call demand now for the removal of Edmond Alpha?
That will not happen.
And according to government, in get for restructure the ECSL.
That will not happen. That will not happen. Not even the committee, not even the research and nomination committee, except them present a case where warrant for set up a tribunal where sufficient evidence there for remove Edmond Alpha from in office, and the statutes make the provision there for removal from office. So
those provisions, enforcing those provisions, you think say it's highly unlikely?
I don't even know the provision in there. You forget evidence, so they suggest that this man don't conduct himself in a way where not appropriate for making become a commissioner. You present those evidence, you take them, then you present them.
You think the APC gets enough evidence? The APC said show more grants was them some sort of evidence. You think if they use those evidence and go to court, perhaps take legal measures, them Edmond Alpha will be removed.
As long as the evidence they the court look at the evidence, look at the law, then they take a decision. And I think the best institution of this country, which are all for the go, where them political parties them for the set example to the people of this country. Now the court, all what thing like APC show so. Then they show the principles of jungle justice that take the law in your hand. If you don't set the stage for people to go to court, then they tell people and say, anything will happen, una not go to court, una take the law in our hand. That now the precedents where they set, both SLPP and APC. Now make a talk say the action was not relevant because they get a statutory body will get responsibility for look at irregularities within the executive. If they fall short, take the matter to court. The judiciary. Take it to Supreme Court for even interpretation.
Yeah, Mr. Bani, you think say the two sides, the government and the APC, as we head towards the 2028 elections, they should say the country even prepared for the elections? Are they showing signs of that?
Well, like the ruling party go they show sign, but for the opposition, I not see sign it.
The APC is not prepared for 2028.
It's not prepared because
as of now.
Yes, I tell you. I tell a number of my friends and brothers.
Yeah, why is it so?
When you prepare for something, you're not going to cry. This is 2026. You hear me? Very short will go into 2027. You see, by 2026, you still dey cry about 2023. It means you not prepare for 2028. This time, we for the see something where the opposition they present as an alternative to this country. Say, look, if we will now give you the opportunity for 2028, we are going to do ABC. Now then can't say now APC for the present. You always talk about the back 2023. You not prepare for 2028. So I they talk and clear that for the mere fact we see later 2023, the opposition not prepare for 2028. If I been get opportunity say that some of we the control. If the people are sober, therefore don't remove the entire executive of the APC for bring up people there for plan for 2028.
Mr.
Because this current executive still where belly poil. You know they ask how much month. If they begin prepare now, how you forgive belly again? That is they consider. Now they talk somebody will get visionary provisions.
Mr. Bani.
Yes, sir.
So quickly, as you mentioned, you think the APC is not prepared for the 2028
It's not prepared, so they make SLPP the embolden and become more of a dictator. Now that they give the opportunity to the ruling party for do whatever they want to do, and then they happen. So now they see the lawlessness and the conduct of some executive members. Look,
Okay.
ESA, they give like us and how they want. They do whatever they want to do. So they don't give the opportunity to the executive for do whatever for do. They know they check them.
Yeah, Mr. Bani, because senior members of the APC don't say Edmund Alpha they change figures them in elections. They don't do in most local elections them. But you think say if indeed the 2028 elections the SLPP win them, one way the APC can say, oh, it was rigged, is because Edmund Alpha is the ECSL commissioner. If you think say even if the APC lost the elections, then go say the SLPP rigam through Edmund Alpha?
Well, I know they even assume, but what did they look at? No, take the backward. I know they look at now what's in the happen for 2020 because it don't happen yet. So I don't assume. I know I'm preempt. Let's take the example where you say what's about change figures. Now let's take for the purpose of argument's sake that yes indeed Edmund Alpha change the figure. Let's take and cause let's discuss from that angle first. Now, if you change figure, the first question where you look at electoral systems and where you don't conduct election, the conduct of an official in an election, the action we do, is this significant enough for overturn the outcome of the election? If it is less significant, then the conduct and action is irrelevant. I hope you get to try to establish.
Yes.
But if it is significant, then the influence or change the outcome of the election, then it become more serious. So the question now is, was the conduct based on the argument now they are referred to now, was the conduct at that time when they allege that this man changed figures for election, was it significant enough for change the outcome of the election? If it is not, then the discussion is irrelevant at this present time in context. That is the first angle. And the other angle is there evidence for me they get for present? If they get evidence who suggest and strong enough, then let's take this evidence to the court. And we'll ask the court for do justice, because election business is not for SLPP.
And
it's not for APC. It's for people. It's for the right, because elections is not for APC and SLPP, but now the right of citizens for make them votes be translated into the outcome of the election. Because what vote, if I vote for you, and the figure within the calculator, if I translate in the way they suggest that you win. So anybody will interfere with that one day, they don't violate your rights.
Mr. Bani, we go for break now, but I'm asking this very briefly, your opinion, in a nutshell. Is this a win for democracy? The boycott. You think it's a win for democracy?
It's not a win for democracy. In fact, it's a loss for democracy. It's emboldened the ruling party to become a dictator.
Okay, let me go now for a very short break. You're still with the Epic Morning Show on Epic Radio 99.3 FM. Listen to we around the world via the World Radio app, that's Radio Garden, or their websites at www.radiogarden.com. We're live also on Epic Radio 99.3 FM and Choice FM in the eastern part of Freetown. Also live on YouTube and surf on Facebook. After this very short break, we'll take on our calls on 079 994 993. Keep your comments and thoughts coming on your official Facebook and YouTube handles.